The #1 defensive build in all of NBA 2K24. A build that thousands of people have been asking me how to create for weeks. Obviously, it gets unlimited stops, getting steals for days, bumping dribblers all the way up the floor and blocking everything in its vicinity. But it also is automatic from deep, making 3 after 3. This build can pretty much do it all. It is self-proclaimed the #1 lockdown build in all of Pro-Am. It's time to play defense and take over the park. This is the reveal of the best defensive build on the game. Before we jump into the builder, make sure you subscribe because we're on the road to 800,000 subscribers and you guys are the only ones that can help me get there, so I'd appreciate it. What's up, guys? It's a little background video. Now today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to create my Pro-Am lockdown build, and obviously you guys can use this on any game mode, whether you just play my career or whether you play Park 2s, Park 3s, you know what I'm saying, rec, whatever. This build will dominate defensively, and if you're open, I mean, shit, I even hit contested shots, but it can shoot as well, it can dunk, it really can't dribble, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just put that out there right now. It's a lockdown, it's not supposed to dribble. But if you've been looking for a build that can dominate defensively and guard every position on the floor, you've came to the right spot. A lot of y'all also ask for my jump shot, my dunk packages, all my animations, so I got that for you also at the end of the video. Of course, make sure to sub up. We're on the road to 800K, and turn my post notifications so you guys don't miss a stream or upload. Also, I want to add on this video, if you're huge fans of me or if you're huge fans of the NBA, make sure to check out my NBA channel. It's called Solo Hoops. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. There'll be a link in the description. I'm talking about the NBA on that channel every single day. I think now it's time to hop into the builder. Before we do, we got a quick word from today's sponsor. I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Underdog Fantasy. It's so simple. First, you pick a sport, then you pick your players, then you pick whether they go higher or lower on their numbers for that day. And obviously, the more picks you get right, the more money you make. And I mean it when I say this. This is the best time to get on Underdog Fantasy because the NBA playoffs are going on right now, and making picks makes the games just that much more intense. And I got y'all, bro. If you use code SOLO, my code, you'll get a half a point special like this Jason Tatum one for tonight. And on top of that, you'll also get a deposit bonus of up to $100. So y'all need to lock in on this right now. Remember, you have to use code SOLO and be sure to play responsibly. Okay, it is now time to show you guys how to create the best defensive build in all of NBA 2K24. And this is a build that took me days to kind of perfect and, you know, hit all the correct attributes and the best badges possible. You guys see I got a lot of builds. This is the build right here. It's a 99 overall. We got my LeBron build. We have all my guards, whatever. We're going to have to go all the way to our open slot. And then I'm just going to go ahead and delete one of these and we can create it. Now, Rebirth 2.0 is going to pop up for a lot. Well, actually not Rebirth 2.0, but Rebirth 1.0 or just the regular Rebirth. If Rebirth pops up, you're going to want to click yes. There is no scenario where you click no. It just allows you to start with more badges, and also you can upgrade to straight up to a 90 or a 99 if you have Rebirth 2.0. So we're gonna click yes. Now, a lot of people always ask me, especially when I'm live streaming solo, do you ever mess around with all the NBA templates? Do you like any of those builds? No. Community builds, this is another option. Of course, if you go to point guard and then you go in here, you guys can see in the top right, solo, I got my own point guard community template build in here you guys can create. But obviously for this video, we're not gonna wanna do that. We're creating a lockdown. So I go with righty. Handedness doesn't matter. It's whatever you have used in the past or do you feel comfortable with. Jersey number doesn't matter. Now, something you guys got to know about the position of your build, if you guys are new to the build or you're just not sure how it works, position doesn't change anything. What's going to actually change your attributes is your height, your weight, and your wingspan. So position, trust me, does not change anything except for pretty much where you line up on the floor. If you want to make this a point guard, go ahead, you can do that. If you want to make it a center, you could even do that. But for me, because I'm gonna be playing Pro-Am and I want to line up at the 3, I am going to be picking small forward. You could also go shooting guard, that's also popular, but I recommend you go small forward. Best heights for lockdowns this year is going to be 6'6", 6'7", and 6'8". The one that I like to go with is 6'7" because there's a badge called Anchor, which helps you get blocks, and you can't get that unless you're 6'7" or taller. So we're going to go with 6'7". Also, if we go 6'8", you're going to be a little bit slower. So I like to go right in the middle and go for 6'7". And trust me, if you're thinking this might be too short, which I doubt some of you guys are, but there's going to be some people that are like, wait, Solo, will you be able to guard post scores? Will you be able to guard centers? Yes, you can, because the defensive stats are going to be that crazy on this build. Now for the weight of this build, we're going to go all the way up to 246. I don't think the weight matters too much, but that's what I have on my lockdown. And then for wingspan, on every single great defensive build. Every single lockdown, you know, especially in years past. If you look at my 2K20 build, my 2K21, all the previous 2Ks, you gotta go max wingspan because this does matter. If you're brand new to 2K, you might think it doesn't matter, but it does. You get better contests with a longer wingspan. You get more steals, more stops, more bumps. You know what I'm saying? You're more lengthy. So this is a no-brainer. On my lockdown, we'll be going with a 7'4" wingspan. Now it's time for the attributes part of the build, and this is the most important part of the build because if you mess up literally just one stat by like 1 or 2 attributes, it throws off everything. Again, like I said in the intro, I took days to perfect the build and make it exactly how I want it. I talked to a lot of people to make sure I'm making the best lockdown build. So you guys are definitely going to want to copy exactly as I put it, but I will mention some optional other ways to make the build. And I'm also going to be giving you guys my animations, which a lot of people don't do in build videos. I'm going to show you my jump shot, dunks, and my animations, you know, like my fadeaway, motion style, stuff like that at the end of the video. Make sure you're subbed up. That's all I ask. It's free. First things first, let's get the shooting out of the way. We're going to max out our 3-point off the rip. Now, this is a no-brainer upgrade because in a builder like this one in 2K24, you can really make what you want. Like in past 2Ks, if you're going to make a crazy lockdown, it really wouldn't be able to shoot. But this year, you can make a lockdown that can shoot pretty good. We're going to get a maxed out 3-pointer so that we can shoot to the best of our ability. And at this height, you're going to be getting Tracy McGrady base, but if you guys are, you know, tapped into the game, you know you can't get that with a 79-3, but you can get that with an 87 midi or 3. So we're gonna go ahead and max out our midi so that we have a T-Mac lock. Trust me, it's worth it for Tracy McGrady. Some people might use Jarrett Culver, or they might use, you know, a different jumper that you can get at a 79-3, but Tracy McGrady is just that good. And so we're gonna max in our mid-range, and look at all the shooting badges we get for a really good lockdown. We're still getting silver blinders, gold catch and shoot, which is gonna be huge for us, silver deadeye, silver green machine, space creator doesn't really matter, Hall of Fame comeback kid, we got gold guard up, gold midi magician, gold open looks, and silver whistle. Also, while we're in the shooting category, free throw is pretty cheap to upgrade. Like, you can get it to 99, and you guys can see at the top of my screen, I'm still only a 43. If I go all the way down right here like we had it, it says 42 out of 99 potential overall. Maxing it out only takes 1 overall. You know what I'm saying? It's very cheap to upgrade, and for someone like me who's going to be playing Pro-Am on this build, that's really what I made it for, we are going to go 99 free throw to get Hall of Fame free points, and I don't think I've ever missed a singular free throw on this build. Now, if at the end of the build you see, oh, I want, you know, 1 more offensive rebound, or I want 1 more post, or something like that, free throw is something you could lower if you want to go to just 90 gold free points, or something I wouldn't really recommend, but you can go down to like 80 for silver free points. You can try and mess around with that, but again, free throw's cheap, so it's not going to give you too much room to work with. Okay, now it's time to upgrade some of the defensive stats, because I'm sure some of you guys want to see how crazy this build is defensively when it comes to the attributes. Now, if we upgrade our steal up to a 60, accidentally 62, but at a 60 you get bronze interceptor. Obviously that is very weak. It's something, but it's very weak. And if we keep going up, if we go to 85, we will get silver glove. This is not very good. 91 for gold glove is way better, so no brainer. Pretty much on all your builds, you're going to want to go 91 steal. It's just that OP. But what I decided to go with is a 95 steal. And you guys can see in the top right hand corner, we still have gold glove. You're probably thinking, oh, it's a lockdown build, he's going to have all Hall of Fame badges. Not exactly. I mean, I can try and show you how expensive it is. Look at my potential overall on the top, 59 out of 99. If I go all the way up to a 99 steal, look at that, it goes to 68. And just going down to 1 to a 98 steal, 64 to 99 on the top, bang, it takes 4 overalls. Getting a 99 of pretty much any stat in this game, except for like free throw or stamina, like the weaker ones, you know what I'm saying, that don't really do too much, it's going to be very expensive. So I didn't go 99 steal. There are some locks that do, but the locks that go 99 steal, you know, 98 or 99 perimeter, they're pretty much limited everywhere else. Like, they can't dunk, they can't shoot. Something is going to be messed up on their build. And so you guys can test it yourself if you guys are making a lockdown build, and you can see, you know, with a 99 steal how the build looks. But I think with a 95 steal, you get gold glove. Hall of Fame interceptor is the key here. That's why we're going 95 to get that Hall of Fame interceptor. I get crazy lane steals with this. Now, the thing that a lot of locks do is they go 96 steal to get Hall of Fame right stick ripper. But the thing about this is you have to use your right stick to get steals. You have to flick your right stick, which a lot of people aren't even aware can give you steals. I don't do this. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of people do, but I don't. I get a lot of steals just by clicking my X button if you're on PlayStation, the square button, or by just blitzing the defender. You can go 96 if you use right stick gripper. However, I don't, so I didn't do that. Next up, let's do our perimeter defense. Now, this is a very interesting one. And real quick, let me get my strength up. I'm not saying this is what we're gonna put it to, but just for clamps, so we can see the different clamps options, you need your strength up. So let's get that out of the way. So for perimeter defense, a lot of people will go very, very high on this. However, I stop at just a 94, which gives me Hall of Fame challenger. And you guys can see in the top right, clamps is on gold. To get it to Hall of Fame, you need a 99 perimeter defense, which again is insane. It's very expensive. And for me, I want a well-rounded lock offensively. The way that my team plays, I'm in the offense a lot. So I need to be able to dunk, which we're going to upgrade still. I need to be able to shoot and just everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to make a well-rounded lockdown. And so in order to do that, we are not going to be maxing out our perimeter defense or our steal, but with a 95 steal and a 94 perimeter defense, I'm insane. And you guys can see our badges: gold clamps, Hall of Fame ankle braces, Hall of Fame challenger, which is one of the best, if not the best defensive badges. It's not the best, but because glove is a badge still, but challenger is up there. This is huge for us. Silver fast feet, gold pick dodger, and Hall of Fame off ball pest. Next up, we have our block, and this is a very, very debatable one, because you guys would think, right, lockdowns should have a high block. Surprisingly, no. But the thing is, it depends on the game mode you play. Now, I decided to give my lockdown block, as most of you guys would expect. You know what I'm saying? Lockdowns, defensive builds should be able to block people. But think about it. If you're only going to play Pro-Am with this build, which is pretty much what I'm doing, but I still have block. If you're going to play Pro-Am, lockdowns are at the top of the gear, usually running a zone, 2-3-3-2. Some of y'all might not even know how to run a zone or whatever. But basically, the lockdown's going to be at the top, right? They're going to be guarding the guards. So you're really not going to be in the paint, because if somebody gets into the paint, let's say the ball handler gets into the paint, that's where the center is. That's the center's job. So me as a lockdown, I'm very rarely in the paint. So a lot of lockdowns won't even upgrade their block at all. And those are the type of builds that usually have, a 99 steal or a 99 perimeter defense, but still it's tough to get that. So even then, even if you went no block, I've looked at it, trust me, I've looked at every variation of this build. Even if you go no block, it's still tough to get 99 of either of them. But we are going to get block, and then we have to upgrade our interior defense, which I decided to put at a 75. And you guys can see we have silver anchor, and our chase down artist, we need to upgrade, let's see, vertical to 60. Yeah, we need vertical real fast, so let's get vertical. And then we're going to put our vertical up to a 80. That's what it's going to end up being. And then you guys can see we need speed. And just like that, actually a little more speed, because we're gonna get gold chase down just like that. We have gold chase down, silver pogo, and silver anchor. So we're gonna be blocking shit like crazy. And especially if you guys are gonna play park or stage or any game mode other than Pro-Am, like this is gonna be very helpful, because in those game modes, let's say stage, you are gonna be following the guard into the paint more. But when you're playing 5v5, there's a lot of people, especially tall defenders in the paint, whereas you're gonna be a lockdown stand at the top of your zone. So basically what I'm saying, if you're gonna go park or play stage a lot with this build, then definitely get some block. The next thing I did is I put my defensive rebound up to a 60, which gives me bronze rebound chase. So this is a huge badge that allows you to get a lot of rebounds. If I have this at a 59 compared to just a 60, it makes a crazy difference, because look at a 60, you get box out beast on bronze and rebound chaser on bronze. If you don't have those, just trust me, just put it at 60. Trust me, if we're making this, we'll put it at 60. And we're also going to put our offensive rebound to a 26. Obviously that does nothing, but when I made this build, there was nothing, there was nowhere else to put that attribute, so we went the 26 offensive rebound. Let's just do our physicals real quick. Our speed is going to be going all the way to max at an 84. This of course helps us defensively, and our excel is also going to max out at a 75. Now this is one of the most underrated attributes for lockdowns or just defensive builds in general. That's going to be strength, and we are putting on a crazy amount of strength onto our build. This is why our weight is a 246, so that we can get a 95 strength and get Hall of Fame Immovable enforcer. This badge goes crazy. You guys can see improves the defensive player's strength while defending ball handlers and finishers. Trust me, you definitely want this badge. And then we're just going to max out our stamina. Of course, this is a very cheap attribute to upgrade, so it's a no-brainer. You want to max this out on pretty much all of your builds. We have Hall of Fame workhorse and the Hall of Fame 94 feet, which allows defenders to harass and bother ball handlers in the backcourt. I'd be going crazy with that badge. Our vertical is just going to stay at an 80, which that has to do with a little bit of rebounding, but mainly the dunks that we're going to talk about in a second. Okay, so let's upgrade our finishing. We're going to put our standing dunk really high. If you're watching a build video and someone doesn't have a 40 standing dunk, it doesn't matter the build, whether they're a 5'7", a 7'3", whatever, it doesn't matter what type of build they're making. You need at least a 40 standing dunk because this is so cheap to get, and you get the default standing dunk packages at a 40 or a 45. So you need at least a 40 or a 45. But on this build, where I'm going to be around the hoop potentially a lot on cuts, back doors, slips, whatever, we're going to go pretty crazy on the standing dunk. Standing dunk's a very underrated attribute if you guys did not know this year. We're going to go with an 83 standing dunk, and at an 80, you get the two-hand athletic standing dunk package. That's like the only standing dunk package that I use, and I'll show y'all later if you guys are confused by what I'm saying. But trust me, 83 standing dunk is crazy because you get silver fast twitch. You guys could just go 80, but look at all the badges. They're way worse. So trust me, just go up to an 83. It's worth it for the badges and the dunk packages. And also, this 83 standing dunk is going to bring up automatically us to a 50 driving dunk, which at a 50, you're going to want to put on basic one-handers off one. You get that at a 50 driving dunk. And again, I'll show you my dunks at the end of the video. Next up, we're going to keep our driving layup at a 30, close shot at a 57, and our post control, this is a little sleeper upgrade because the post control is another one that's very cheap to upgrade. You guys can see at the top of my screen. Let me bring it all the way back down for y'all real quick. You can see we're pretty much a 94 out of 99 on top, but if I go all the way up, look at this, we're going to go to an 85. It only goes up one overall. 95 out of 99 on top of our potential overall. Doesn't cost too much, and we get a lot of badges. We get silver unpluckable by doing this, and we also get Hall of Fame post fade phenom if we want to post fade. Gold drop stepper. A lot of the time, they're going to put the guard on me because I'm the easiest person to guard. Well, at least that's what they think. So the other team's going to put their little guard on me defensively, and I can just post them up. Like, that's what I do a lot. I post them up. They got to send help. Then I hit the open man. It's a cheat code. Trust me. And last but not least, we have our pass accuracy, which is very, very important. A lot of you guys, especially if you're new at the game, are probably going to think, oh, I'm a lockdown. Like, I'm not going to be passing. I don't need this at all. That is crazy. At the minimum, I would say go like 63 or something. But for me, I'm playing pro-am. Like, this isn't like, you can't throw ducks. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw dying ducks. You can't airmail these passes. You got to throw some decently fast passes. And a 75, that's solid. But all I'm going to do is 77. We get bronze needle threader. You guys can see silver dimer, silver relay pass. You guys can see all the badges. Silver break start is another one that's huge, which we get that on silver at a 75. So you could go 75. But what I decided to do, 77. I've heard from a lot of pro-am people, a lot of 2K League players, 77 pass accuracy is pretty much, you know, what you're going to want to go for. If you're taller than this, if you're a center that's going to be getting a lot of boards and throwing a lot of breaks, you want at least an 86 or even like a 92, but we're obviously not a center. So 77 is what we're going to go with. And then this is a little glitchy thing. If you want a nice dribble style, go with a 40 speed of ball. A lot of people forget about this. They don't put their speed of ball to a 40. Trust me, go 40 speed of ball. It's just do it. Just do it. Trust me. I'll show you my dribble moves in a second. Just do it. And so again, guys, this build, I did a ton of research on. I spent days trying to perfect it, get the best badges possible, the best attributes. This is the result. And again, you guys are the only people that can help me get to 800K. I would really, really appreciate it if you could subscribe, turn on noties. It's free. Click the red subscribe button because I already know a lot of y'all are going to copy this build. You're going to take this build because it's the best lockdown build in NBA 2K24. So just sub up. It helps me out. Also, if you guys make this build, let me know in the comments. Come back to this video. How is it working out for you? Or if you just have any thoughts or concerns, leave a comment down below. I'm gonna try to reply to as many people as I can. But I'm sure you guys want to see what the shades of this build are and what the build is called. We have Spurs, Raptors, and Clippers. Bruce Bowen, OG Anunoby, and Paul George are the shades, and it says we have built a hybrid defender. So actually we got a name for once in 2K24 that actually represents the build. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of build names in the park where it's like, I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know what he's good at. But with a hybrid defender, this is not a catfish build. This is, you know, a direct representation of the build we've created. And if you guys didn't know, if you change a position and say go with power forward, you're gonna get different shades. We're gonna get Nets, Celtics, and Clippers, Kenyon Martin, Al Horford, and Kawhi Leonard. But of course, I like to line up at the 3 every time. If I pick power forward in the builder, it might confuse, you know, the positions or where I line up if I'm playing pro-am, my career, whatever. So again, I like to go small forward, but if you care about the shades a lot, and this even changes the build name, I didn't even know until right now. But this is a 2-way 3-level threat. I don't even know how, because I didn't know that happened when you change the position, but apparently it does. And you also get shades of Kawhi Leonard, which some of y'all might like. But look, it's the same exact build. And yeah, I don't think I messed up anything. I'm pretty sure I copied it exactly how the other one is, and we got a different build name. Okay, so I'm now on the best lockdown build in the entire game, obviously, and it's time to show y'all my animations, because I know a lot of y'all are gonna ask. So let's start off with the jump shot. Actually, I mean, I'm on the screen, so I might as well just show y'all, you know, the dribble moves, dribble style. Make sure you put on normal. So for the dribble moves, it's nothing crazy at all. I've run pretty much all of the default stuff. One that's pretty important is motion style. A lot of people tweak about this. A lot of people freak out about motion style. You guys can see I have on base, so I have on the normal one, but I know Kawhi Leonard is a pretty solid one. So I'm actually going to put that on right now, but you guys could tell, like, it didn't even matter to me too much. I had on the base one. If you're good at the game, like, stuff like this doesn't really matter, but I have on Kawhi Leonard now, so you can put that on. Everything else is pretty normal. Dribble pull-up, I have Michael Jordan. I'd say go Pro 2 or Michael Jordan. My free throw is Michael Jordan. I feel like it's the easiest one to time. And then layup style, I have default swing. Let's talk about my jump shot real quick. It's going to be called green. You guys can see right here. It's base Tracy McGrady, which you need an 87 midi or 3-point to get. Then we have Sadiq Bey and Oscar Robertson. 70% Bey, 30% Oscar. A lot of people go 50-50 or even more Oscar, but Sadiq Bey makes the jump shot a little bit quicker. And I don't know, that's just what I've always done. And we have full release speed on the jumper. Also, if you guys want more shooting tips, like you want to know just how to green every single shot, and just trust me, there's a lot more that goes into this than just putting on the jumper. I'll have a jump shot video. I'm gonna put a link in the description, or you can just find it on my channel. I posted it a few videos ago with a bunch of shooting tips in it. Then for the dunk style creator, we have, for 2-foot moving dunks, we have nothing on. Like, you guys would think, oh, I need to throw everything on. No, because you don't want too much BS on. You don't want to be getting blocked and all that. So you guys can see basic. We have on 1-foot moving dunks, basic one-handers off 1. You get that at a 50 driving dunk, which we have, and a 30 vertical. And then rim grazers, we have that one on as well for 1 foot. Standing dunks, this is the important one. Go to athletic and then get 2-hand under basket athletic dunks. You get that at an 80. Standing dunk, if we go to signature dunks, you guys can see we have on nothing. And then alley-oops, we have nothing. Now that I've shown you the best build, make sure to subscribe, because 1, it helps me, but also I heard you might have 10 years of bad luck if you're not a subscriber of the solo YouTube channel.